What's going on, NBA YouTube? YouTube, what's good? This is your boy Ross with The Rock Never Stops, coming to you with another episode of NBA Talk. I hope you're going to enjoy this video because it's one that, I'm gonna be honest, I'm excited to make. I'm mad excited to make this video. Uh, this last NBA draft has been one of the most star-studded drafts I feel like I've seen in so long. In so long. Um, I think everybody compares it to like the 2003 draft where you have like LeBron, D Wade, Carmelo, Chris Bosh, and that's an epic draft, especially because of how all those players panned out, being able to sustain their careers for so long and accomplish so much. Uh, but this past draft, I'm gonna be honest, man, I can't see too many losers. I don't think a single team in the lottery left with a player that wasn't going to be a future starter, if not potential all-star, like level talent. Um, Depends upon how they develop it at this point. But today, I'm going to be talking about the Toronto Raptors and why I feel like they are going to end up looking back at this draft and being like, "Damn, we should have took this dude." Now, let me preface this: I'm a Scottie Barnes fan. I love Scottie. Scottie, Scottie Barnes is like he's like an evolution of when we see like the Draymond Greens, the Ben Simmons. He's the next level, versatile, athletic, long wing that is also highly skilled and also has a high basketball IQ coming in on both sides. He can do pretty much just about everything on the court. But I think here is where I take a look at the mentality of the players that is going to differentiate them. Before I really start comparing, let me also say I love Jonathan Kuminga as well. He's an incredible talent. People don't always remember, but coming in out of high school, he was ranked neck and neck with Cade Cunningham. Neck and neck. They was right there. Both were phenomenal, phenomenal prospects. He was clearly ranked above Scottie Barnes as well. But I think that his route going to the G League Ignite helped him and hurt him at the same time. And I'm going to dive in on that. First off, let's take a look at the team that we're really saying is going to be the one either regretting or embracing who they selected, the Toronto Raptors. The Toronto Raptors, I have to give it to you. Masai Ujiri, wherever he goes, I go. And Masai, we trust, right? When it comes to NBA basketball, this is my guy. This is my guy for so many reasons. So many reasons. His work throughout Africa, expanding basketball without borders to the continent, um, really opening up pathways for phenomenal prospects to be able to come and have an opportunity to play in the NBA, to get noticed. Um, he's an incredible, incredible leader. Has a great eye for talent. Has an incredible ability to construct a team in a winning format, and it's already paid off. He already has a championship. Daryl Morey ain't got a championship, and people talk about him all the time, right? How many of these GMs out here that get all this leeway and they ain't got nothing to show for it? Messiah already has something to show for it. He broke through. He broke through. But at the same time, I think there was a little bit of a miss. You see, when you look at the Toronto Raptors roster, how they're comprised, you don't have a clear number one option when it comes to that dude who can go at LeBron, who can go at Kawhi or Paul George, or back to back buckets against like a Donovan Mitchell who's about to drop 50 on you, or going at another phenomenal closer, scorer, when it's like, look, it's not about running plays anymore. The defense is here, it's hitting, it's locked down everybody. You just need a guy who you can get the ball to get you a bucket. And this is where I feel like the Toronto Raptors missed. I don't think Scottie Barnes is that dude. I don't think he's ever been that guy. And the thing is, most of the time, is players are who they are by the time that they get to the NBA. They can improve who they are greatly, but they are who they are. If you've never been a shooter, you don't just become a shooter. You can get better at shooting, but you don't become a shooter. Somebody who has the mentality, the makeup to run off screens, catch, shoot with somebody in their face. If you're not a great defensive player, you don't become a great defensive player as soon as you get to the NBA. You can improve greatly, but you don't become a lockdown Patrick Beverly, Kawhi Leonard, Giannis Antetokounmpo. These guys come into the league already as that. And so it's in this that I really contrast Scottie Barnes and Jonathan Kuminga. Jonathan Kuminga, let me be 100% clear. He is a number one scoring option anywhere he goes. Anywhere. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I know you got Stephen Curry. I know there's Klay Thompson, right? James Wiseman's there too. You got all Jordan Poole. Jonathan Kuminga, if the Warriors do not screw this up, is the dude they can simply hand the ball to and say, "Get us a bucket." Will he have a learning curve? Sure, just like everybody else did. Will he have to refine some of his game and learn how to work in that system? Sure, just like anyone else would. But if they nurture that talent, yo, I'm gonna be honest, he looks like a more athletic Kawhi Leonard when he's playing out there. People don't realize Jonathan Kuminga, when he joined the G League and he signed that contract to play professionally on the G League Ignite. One, he's doing so at the age of 18, barely turning 18, barely, barely turning 18, only a couple months in, maybe a month or so in. And he's playing against competition that's way greater than the NCAA. Matter of fact, he's playing against NCAA All Stars and NBA flameouts. So previous NBA players he's playing against at the age of 18 and NCAA All Stars who have already graduated, who have been working on their game trying to get into the NBA. This is who he's being asked to be the number one scoring option for at the age of 18. It's built in him. This is who he is. Did he have amazing efficiency? No, no. But he's 18. No 18-year-old is having amazing efficiency. None. No one. No one. No one. But it's your makeup. It's your makeup. It's who you are. Averaging 16.7 rebounds, close to a block, a steal. He's got a great looking shooting stroke. His handle is pretty tight for only 18 against that level of competition. His ability to get to the rim and finish over just about anybody. I'm gonna be honest, his explosiveness and power with his touch reminds me of Zion. Not in the same way he's not as bulky, but he's got a strong body to where even grown men are bouncing off him. When he gets that shoulder pass you, just like Kawhi, this is why I say he reminds me of Kawhi, because when he gets that shoulder pass you, it's a wrap. Because he hits you with that side shoulder and you just bounce off. He's got so much natural strength. He's kind of like a man child. It kind of reminds me of like Amari Stoudemire when he came to the NBA. All of a sudden, he just boom, he gets past you, bumps you, and you're like, whoa, I didn't realize he was that strong. Jonathan Kuminga is that strong. And his game is far more refined than he ever got credit for. When you really watch those G League Ignite games, his handle, his footwork in the post, and getting to the rim, his finishing ability, and his floor vision to be able to still see the correct pass. Yeah, he got a little tunnel vision. But if you really looked at that team, they needed him to be in that tunnel vision. They needed him to be locked into saying, you're somebody who's going to attack nonstop. Jalen Green was great for them, but he wasn't the one who they said, hey, we're going to build this offense around you. Let's acknowledge that. Jalen Green is great, and he had some great games for the G League Ignite, but he was not the one that team came to and said, we want to build this around you. Real talk. So, taking a look at this contrast between Scottie Barnes and Jonathan Kuminga, you have to really understand that you're getting two different types of players, two completely different types of players. You have Scottie Barnes on the other side, however, who is kind of a throwback. He's kind of reminds me of almost like an Andre Iguodala, where he's not necessarily of the ilk where he's trying to get buckets nonstop. That's not who he is. That's not who he is. He doesn't walk on the court thinking I'm about to drop 50 on them. He walks on the court thinking, let's get this win. Let's compete. And that's amazing. Don't get me wrong. But when you look at the Toronto Raptors makeup, that's where I come back to. They already got a lot of players like that. They got Pascal Siakam. They got OG Anunoby. They got Fred VanVleet. They got Gary Trent Jr. They got guys who already can do all those peripheral things, amazing defense, hit the boards and rebound, switch as a defender, great help defender. They can move the ball, extremely unselfish. They can hit kick out shots. They can do even a little bit of playmaking, right? But do they got that guy that you can hand the ball to and say, "Go ahead and get us this bucket" against anybody? No, no. Let's be real. They don't. They don't have that dude. They don't. If they face Kawhi Leonard in the playoffs, can they really say, "Okay, Pascal, you go get us a bucket against Kawhi Leonard and match him bucket for bucket"? Now, here's the other major point that I have. Jonathan Kuminga, if I'm honest, fits more of who I see Masai Ujiri as than Scottie Barnes. And this is not, once again, it's not a slice to Scottie. I'm not cutting in to what he is, but I'm saying Masai Ujiri, Mr. Basketball Without Borders, bringing this awareness of all the talent throughout the continent of Africa, and needing to find players who will be loyal to their franchise, who don't mind signing past their first extension and sign another one to keep guys there. I think Jonathan Kuminga would have been that guy. I think Jonathan Kuminga brings that international, not just flair, but the ability for him to highlight and have his first homegrown superstar number one scorer that he can say they drafted and developed. Now, I think Scottie Barnes is going to be somewhat of that too, but he's not going to be somebody they build the whole thing around. He's not going to be that Trey Young. He's not going to be that Luka Doncic. He's not going to be that dude that you go, it evolves around him. As he goes, we go. I'm just being real with you. I don't think Scottie is that guy. Scottie Barnes is the dude next to the dude. Maybe even, I'm gonna be honest, for a championship team, he might end up being your third option on a championship team. That's no slight. That's no slight. But I have to be real with you. Jonathan Kuminga can be your first option for a championship team. First option. And being able to recognize that difference is what Toronto Raptors and Masai Ujiri has been after for so long. For so long. Since they had DeMar DeRozan and they was like, yo, we love you. But when this dude walks in the building, you seem to fade to the backdrop. When LeBron, like Mark Jackson says, mama, there goes that man. When he steps into the building, DeMar who? DeMar who? Well, here's the thing. In this year's playoffs and next year's and the year after. And Joel Embiid steps into the room. Are we going to end up saying Pascal who? When Giannis steps into the building, are we going to end up saying Pascal who? Fred VanVleet who? When the Boston Celtics, two All-Stars, All NBA players, when they step into the room. Remember, last year was about as much of a fluke for Boston as I think it was for Toronto. That was not an indicator of what that team was. Neither was it for Boston. Boston's coming. Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown. Is Pascal really better than both those guys? So that's a question that I'm gonna leave out there for y'all. Please feel free to answer. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, holla at me, throw some comments down there because honestly, I try to respond to all of it. If you have video suggestions or if you disagree, you know what I'm saying? Throw your opinion down there. I would love to continue the conversation. Till then, y'all be good. Have a blessed day. Do your thing out there. And I hope you come back for another video of The Rock Never Stops. All right. Peace.